Hello guys, today we're going to check God of War Ragnarok and its performance on a mid-tier to low-tier PC, which is, as you can see, Ryzen 7 5700X, RTX3080 and 32 gigs of DDR4 memory. The game is currently running on lowest settings, on native 1440p, no upscaling, basically just the raw basic image, and I have to admit it is looking still really good, and the performance wise it's around 100 FPS, I guess. Let's see how it fares in combat. Well, actually it does still work quite fine. And I won't be killing the guys, I will just be running around to just show you the performance that actually it has. And then we'll switch to higher graphics. I mean, even for low settings, it still does look really nice. I mean, if you look close enough, the textures in distance can look a bit rough. Let's finish the guy. Okay, he's done for. And I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so if you look close enough at that, well, that ornament in the middle, it does show that the details are quite low, and as you can see, not everything has loaded yet. If you look at VRAM usage, it's still quite fine. I mean, 7.5 gigs. Definitely there are like 2 gigabytes of free space still available. But let's see and increase the image quality to medium now and see how it changes. So let it reload. VRAM is 66% full, which is fine. And the textures have increased definitely in sharpness. That definitely you can notice right away, and so did the details in furthest spaces that you can actually see. So definitely this is more PS5-like quality. It really looks nice. The shadows are quite fine. I mean, there is screen space reflections, as you can see, as we move around the camera. The reflections change, so there is no ray tracing here in the game. But the motion still looks really nice. And the decrease in quality, the increase in quality goes fine with the decrease in FPS count. It's 88 FPS now, 80 something actually. So every preset will decrease the quality by, let's say, 10 FPS here in this resolution. So let's switch to high now. Let it reload. The resolution of reflections has increased, as you can probably see. Texture quality also a bit. Nothing fancy though, and nothing that you can right away notice, but it's still there. The performance is still around 80 FPS here in this area. It's really playable, and it does look really nice now. I mean, medium was also quite fine, but this definitely improves things like reflections and shadow maps, and also resolution of further detail. So LOD is increased. Right, let's go into ultra settings, which are not necessarily recommended for this GPU. 4070 Ti, I think, is a recommended one. And right away we can see that the FPS have dropped still, and will be now around 70 to 60 FPS, 62, 61. Oh, it even dropped below 60. So this is native. We're talking native now, so let's do this. See how it changes the frame rate. Right. Some nice physics here and there. You can see that actually it does look and work really nice. I mean, the puzzles in their game are not that complicated, but are quite nice to look at and are sometimes really creative. Now let's check upscaling. The thing is that RTX 3080 does not include native frame gen, but since the game includes the FSR upscaling 3.1, it does include a frame gen from AMD, and truth be told, it's a life changer. See? The FPS has increased in ultra settings to over 100, which basically is just amazing. I mean, right now the game runs so well that we can actually forget some upscalings and DLSS and stuff like that. It just runs really nice. And I don't know if you can see in the image that had been downgraded by the YouTube algorithm, but the image quality is actually still really nice. The textures are still sharp. You can actually you can't really notice a difference in terms of visual quality, and input lag is really not noticeable. I mean, the frame graph is still around 10 milliseconds, sometimes less. So we can just say that this method of upscaling with frame gen is just the perfect way to play it on 3080 and a mediocre CPU just like mine. Now, what would happen if we decrease the resolution, because it's 1440p, so it's quite high. Let's see if we just turn off the frame gen and do windowed and decrease the resolution. What we get is around 80 something FPS. So in this game, I'd say that 3080, if you have a 1080p screen, is a very good choice for ultra settings. But if you want to play at 1440p and still have basically seamless 60 FPS, you either have to decrease some of the details or just go for frame gen 3.1, which is definitely a lifesaver. Let's go back to proper settings. I mean, I've been playing for like 2 or 3 hours using this kind of preset, and it's seamless. I mean, it looks perfect, it runs perfect. It did have some hiccups. I mean, it's a new game, so there were problems with the crash during the Thor fight, and those were connected to FPS cap, which was weird, but definitely will be addressed by the developers at some point. But like I said, It's a beautiful looking game with really nice performance on mediocre PC. And if you have something like 4080 and X3D CPU or Intel 1314th Gen with K, definitely you can get a 4K image of it on ultra settings at more than 60 FPS. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Have a good one.